Lesson 3.5, Percent Equivalent Expressions. Remember that equivalent means that they hold the same value, so we're going to rewrite some expressions involving percents in an equal way. Equivalent expressions are useful for reducing the steps in percent problems. It can take what might normally take 2 or 3 steps in a percent problem and drop it down a step. Example 1, we're going to write equivalent expressions. A part, x is decreased by 35%. So we're going to rewrite this. All of x would be 100% of x. So I'm going to start with a percentage. I'm going to say I have all of x, 100% of x. Decreased means that we're subtracting 35% of x. So we're taking all of x and we're subtracting 35% of x. So we could write this in decimal form. 100% is just 1x minus 35% is 0.35x. And this, at this point, is an equivalent expression. We could say 1x minus 0.35x is 0.65x. This is also an equivalent expression. We could have gone over here to the side and said 100% of x minus 35% of x is 65% of x, which we can change to the decimal form of 0.65x. So we have multiple ways to write equivalent expressions, and these circled values are equivalent to the original. And sometimes you might see this written in a problem that has multiple answers that are equivalent to the original, or you might be choosing an equivalent expression from a list of multiple choice answers. Example 1, part B, D is increased by 15%. So we have all of D, which is 100% of D, is increased, means we add 15% of D. We could rewrite as decimals and get 1D plus 0.15D. So this is equivalent. Or we could add them and get 1.15D. So we've got some equivalent expressions. Example 2, we're going to apply some percent equivalent expressions to make this problem a little shorter. Jamie wants a sweater for $24.99. If sales tax is 7%, how much will Jamie pay for the sweater? So we're going to think about the percents for a moment. Let's call the sweater S. Jamie would have to pay 100% of the cost of the sweater, S, and then add 7% sales tax. So that means that when you add 100% plus 7%, Jamie is going to have to pay 107% of S, the sweater. So Jamie will pay 107% of $24.99. So now we just solve this. So 1.07 times $24.99, we get 26.7393, and we just want to write our answer in terms of money, in dollars and cents. So we have $26, and that 9 will make the 3 round up, so we have $26.74 for the total cost of the sweater plus the taxes.